Have you ever been hunted by a ghost? What does it feel like? I spent a lot of my teens and childhood ghost hunting with my friends in random graveyards, rundown neighborhoods, abandoned factories. That being said, we never really encountered anything. And despite loving horror, I didn't really believe that any sort of corporeal ghosts were actually real. However, when I was 15 I traveled to Europe with my family. We stayed in Etel, Germany in a small inn for a few nights. My parents had a double on the second floor, my sisters had a double bedroom next to theirs, and I was lucky enough to have a single room all to myself at the far end of the hall. When we went to check into our rooms, as soon as I entered the hallway our rooms were in, I remember almost feeling as though I walked into a wall of bad energy. I just felt so unnerved and uneasy in that hallway, but I passed it off as overactive imagination. I slept the first night without any issues other than waking up a few times. The next morning at breakfast, one of my sisters mentioned feeling really uncomfortable in the hallway, almost as if the air was crushing. It unnerved me even more that I wasn't the only one who felt weirded out, plus she was an adult at the time, so it further cemented in my head that that wing of the hotel was odd. Later that night, I'm sleeping peacefully, when at about 2 a.m., I'm woken by something ripping the covers off of me. The sheets literally flew into the air. And then I got jerked really violently about 2 feet toward the end of the bed by my ankle. The thing that grabbed me felt like normal human hands, except they were really cold and abnormally large. At first, I thought someone had broken into my room, because when I turned towards what had grabbed me, a huge looming black shape was visible in the darkness, like a tall man. I frantically flipped the light on, only to have there be nothing there. The window was locked from the inside, there was no one in the closet or the bathroom, and my room was also still locked from the inside. I stayed up the rest of the night scared shitless with all the lights on. The next morning, we're at breakfast and my sister mentions that she was up all night too because she thought she saw a person silhouetted against the wall of the room, but when she turned on the light there was no one there. This still freaks me out to this day, and I have to sleep with a night light on.